Matt McElligott came to visit Pine Road School in October, and our 4th and 5th grade students had lots of questions for him. Matt McElligott is the author of such books as Benjamin Frankenstein Lives, Benjamin Frankenstein Meets the Fright Brothers, Benjamin Frankenstein Meets Thomas Edison, Backbeard and the Birthday Suit, Backbeard, Pirate for Hire, The Lion's Share, Bean 13, Even Monsters Need Haircuts, and Even Aliens Need Snacks.
Do you like writing books?
Is that a moose on your shirt?
Like Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo, really? I do like writing books a lot. I think it's so much fun. What could be more fun than being able to come up with ideas in your mind and make up stories and then have someone pay you for it? It's pretty cool. Do you like to write stories, make up stories? Yeah, what do you make up stories about? About your life. Sort of like what happens to you in adventures and things like that. And how about you? What's your question?
What are the new books that you work on?
New books. Well, I just came out with 2 just came out. Even Aliens Need Snacks and Benjamin Frankenstein Meets Thomas Edison. And I'm working on a new story that I hope will become a series about a robot. That's what I'm working on right now. Do you like robots? Would you want to have a robot someday?
Yeah.
Like, what would, if you had a robot, what would you ask the robot to do for you?
The chores.
That's a good idea. I'm not going to smile.
How old were you when you wrote your
What?
first book?
This is serious. Don't smile.
How old were you when you wrote your first book?
What's your question?
How old were you when you wrote your first book?
That's a good question. I was about, well, the first book I ever remember writing, I was in like kindergarten or 1st grade. But the first book I ever had published, I think I started writing it when I was 24 and it came out when I was about 26. How about you? When did you write your first book?
When I was in like 1st grade, when I was like 8.
What was it about?
Jonas Brothers concert.
The Donut Brothers concert? Who are the Donut Brothers?
The Jonas Brothers concert.
Oh, I thought you said the Donut Brothers. Now that is a book I would want to read. Can you imagine the Donut Brothers? That would be a great book. No? You're a tough one. What is your question?
What would be your next book in the series of Benjamin Frankenstein?
Well, I don't know if there is going to be another one, but Larry and I talked about this idea we wanted to do. We thought it would be interesting. We had a couple ideas. We could bring back Marie Curie, or we could do Benjamin Frankenstein meets Marie Animated Curie, or we could bring back George Washington Carver, and he could be George Washington Cadaver. That's a dead body. Or the one that we were thinking about that would be really fun would be to bring back Albert Einstein. And we could do Benjamin Frankenstein meets Albert Frank Einstein. And they could do something with time travel. And wouldn't it be great if Victor had a chance to go back in time to see what Ben's world was like? We thought that would be really fun. So maybe someday, if there's more books like that, that's what they might be about. Does that sound good? Do you have any ideas for what the next one should be? Abraham Lincoln. And what would happen in that one? Find out who really killed him. That's a great idea. Can I steal that? Okay, I'm taking that. Thank you. Who's going to go first? You? Okay, you go first. Okay, you go first. What's your question?
How old were you when you started writing books?
And what's your question?
When did you start writing your books?
So it's kind of the same question, right? Well, my mother found a story that I wrote when I was in kindergarten. So that, to me, is the earliest story that I can ever remember writing. The first book I ever had published, I think that I started work on that when I was 24, and I think it came out when I was like 26 or 27, so it was around there. Do you two write? You like to write stories? How old were you when you wrote your first story?
I was in 2nd grade.
2nd grade, and how old were you? 2nd grade. Very good. Very good. But somebody may ask you that someday.
If you would like to learn more about Matt McElligott and his books, go to MatthewMcElligott.com. We'd like to thank Matt for coming to visit our school and sharing his time with us.